Hello and welcome to episode 23, A New Nerd. I'm Brendan.
I'm Spindles.
And I'm 80.
Welcome to 2014, fellas.
Woohoo! We made it in
We
one
did.
piece, no less.
Fucking just about.
How are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad, sir. Been busy.
Yeah, it's been busy. Busy playing Skyrim and Deadpool.
Oh, I've been very busy playing Skyrim since I got it in the Steam sale.
I need time away from my parents so I can play it.
I kind of racked up about 40 odd hours, got to level 30 with a character, then ditched it and started again with a different one.
The problem I always have with Skyrim is if you haven't played it for a while and you come back to it, do you start a new character or do you just continue with where you left off? Because I always find it so hard to just pick up a previous save game.
Yeah.
I have loads of high-level characters now, but I haven't played for about 2 months.
Yeah, but
Start a new one, come help me.
my ones have gone from very, very different angles. One started out as a mage, turned into a thief. My other one started as a warrior and turned into an assassin, so...
Yeah, I have a dark elf called Whisper, who is an archer and an assassin. And he's like done the Dark Brotherhood quest line.
Yeah.
And then I have...
I fell down a cliff and got stuck in a rock and I had to reboot it.
Of course you did.
Only you.
And I killed my mate that I was supposed to look after. I was supposed to look after him and there was loads of baddies jumping out at me, so I just fucking killed everything and oh shit, that's my mate.
Oh, you killed your companion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
Yeah, that is the worst.
When you do that.
Yeah.
Unless it's Lydia. You just have to kill Lydia. Cause
Really? I think she's awesome.
So annoying.
No, you
I
can
am sworn to carry your burden.
Well, that's the only one that's kind of irritating.
carry this.
The rest of it, she's fine.
Yeah, but it's just good stress relief. Every now and again, just fuss road, just quick save game, then fuss road her half a cliff, and then load save game.
Beat
Just
death
so you
in
get-
different
there's,
ways.
there's only so many times I can hear that live where I go, right, save. Drag and shatter off a cliff, or into a wall, or into a giant.
Or up in the air, but
I'm sure that's not the stress relief most people imagine from Lydia, but yeah.
Oh dear.
Good to see we're still sailing at that level.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I got that for the Steam sale this year has been particularly good because I bought all sorts. I bought like all 3 BioShocks for $9.99.
Brilliant. That's a fucking good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been pretty much attached to the PC of late, playing all the stuff I bought in the Steam sale.
Yeah, the local HMV is having a closing down sale. I managed to get this really random game that apparently quite a few people have heard of. I can't remember the name, but it's about this really pissed off teddy bear that doesn't get invited to parties, so he goes around killing all the other teddy bears just to get the cupcake.
I think we're back onto things that you've imagined.
Yeah,
No, it's a real game. It's a real.
This is deja vu
No,
episode 1 all over again.
Almost, but this is real. It's seriously,
Yeah.
it's a PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah.
I bought it at the same time I bought Deadpool, which is a
Okay.
very awesome game.
I've still not played Deadpool. I've got to
Fucking
get it
hell,
on
it's
PC.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. This game even exists.
We'll do our best to find out what it is and include it in the show notes, or we'll put a picture of a cat or something, just in case it's all in AD's brain.
Yeah, that's going to be a new feature for this year's shows.
What's in 80's brain
Things
instead
80's
of
imagined this week.
Brendan's crush of the week?
That's never going to change. That's always going to be Jennifer Lawrence. I was so happy she won the Golden Globe because I was just like, I woke up, I saw the news, I was like, brilliant. That means loads more YouTube videos of funny Jennifer Lawrence moments for me to watch.
Have you seen the meme that it kicked off already?
About her dress. Yeah. Have you seen the dog wearing that?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen it at all? No. Well, basically, she was wearing this dress that was just like a white thing, and it had like 2 belts, kind of one there and one there.
Yeah.
and basically he's kicked off a meme of people just like covering themselves in sheets and things, and they've done it to dogs and, and all sorts of stuff.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is rather amusing. But that's the only thing I know about the Golden Globes so far this year is that.
Oh, did you see
I've not
Tina
seen-
Fey's monologue?
No,
Tina
no.
Fey and Amy Poehler doing their dialogue at the start
No, so I've not seen anything about it at all.
was hilarious. Their joke about gravity was brilliant. What was it? It said, "Gravity's up for best film. It's the story of how George Clooney would literally rather float away into space and die than spend another minute with a woman his own age."
Okay.
I was pissing myself laughing when I saw that. We'll put the video, the monologue, in the show notes because it's doing the rounds on like Gizmodo and Gawker and stuff like that at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this episode we're going to go and look at some of the highs and lows of 2013.
Well, everybody else seems to be doing it.
Well, why not?
you know?
But and in all fairness, this is our anniversary show. This is our
is.
1 year anniversary show,
It is.
which is kind of impressive. We've managed, and it being
Really
episode
is.
20.
Where's my fucking dinner?
It being episode 23 means that we've almost kept to our fortnightly schedule for a year.
We have. We have.
Yeah, that's impressive in of itself, to be honest. Okay, so where do we start with the 2013 review?
Oh, God, well, so we're going to kind of pick a topic really and start from there.
Well, I'll do films then.
Well, we'll do films. That's the
Yeah,
easiest.
That's the easy one to start with. I have my my top 5, which took me a long time to work it out. Go back over all the films that I've seen, and this is just things that I've seen, so nothing else. Number 5, Elysium.
Mhm.
Wasn't quite as good as I wanted it to be, but Neil Blomkamp's world building is still phenomenal, and just his vision and his take on science fiction is just great. Hunger Games comes at number 4 for me because I actually really enjoyed it for every obvious reason there is.
Even the one obvious reason. Brendan's crush of the week.
Brendan's crush of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 for me was Iron Man 3.
Mm.
Actually really enjoyed that, even though people got their knickers in a twist about the Ben Kingsley thing, but that was grand for me. Number 2, and this was number 2 and number 1, it was really tight to choose between the two of them. I love them both for completely different reasons, but in second place for me is Thor 2. I haven't enjoyed a film at cinema as much as I did that film for quite a while. But pipping it to first place in my books was Gravity, because that film just destroyed me. I had to go and be around people after watching it. It was just like after being, because Sandra Bullock was incredible. I don't care what people say about Sandra Bullock. She was brilliant in that film, and I really felt her isolation, to the extent that I was feeling ill, I was rough, and I left the screening at midnight, and then turned up at the party that I wasn't too sure whether I was going to go to, just because I had to be around people.
Mm.
And then I dosed up on Lemsip and went home to bed and curled up in a ball and cried myself to sleep.
That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty normal. No, that's pretty standard, to be honest. But yeah, so that's my
Yeah, cool.
top 5.
I didn't really do it in terms of a top 5,
No.
but to kind of put it into reverse order, I've got my top 3 that I can think of off the top of my head from what it was, and that would be Iron Man 3, Thor 2, and number 1, Despicable Me 2. I thoroughly enjoyed that film. That's one of the best films I've seen at the cinema in a long, long time. Thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's a bit of a left field one for me, but I have to say it was one of the best films I've seen at the cinema this year.
Yeah, Despicable Me is definitely in my top few.
Yeah, it was an awesome film.
Iron Man 3, Despicable Me 2, they're definitely my highlights of cinematic viewing this year.
Yeah.
Sadly, there was a couple of disappointments.
Go on in, stinkers.
Stinkers for me. Well, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay, yeah.
That was a huge.
There was only one
disappointment for
letdown
me.
on that for me.
There was quite a lot of letdowns in that film for me. Yeah, the whole Khan reveal wasn't a massive issue as far as I was concerned.
No, I think for me it was the gaping plot holes at the end.
For me, it was the twist. The way they twisted the Spock and Kirk scene from Wrath of Khan, and the way that the consequence was just completely non-existent.
Yeah.
You know, the risk was taken, the death occurred, but the magic blood brought him back. It's like, no. Kirk, in the original series, he's a chancer and a lucky guy, and he gets away with things. He's just living on the edge.
Yeah.
And because of that, he feels like he has... that he's untouchable.
Immortality.
Yeah, there's no consequence to his actions. But in Wrath of Khan, when Spock dies, that's a very real
As a smack on the back of the head
for his action. That's Kirk being forced to...
You fucked up and killed your best mate.
Yeah, being forced to sort of realise that actually he's not infallible. His luck is going to run out. People are going to pay the consequences for it. And in that film, Spock does. Spock pays the ultimate sacrifice and he dies. And then in the new film, when they flip that round, completely, in my opinion, this is where I got so ragey about it, completely undermining and devaluing the entire sacrifice from the original, from Wrath of Khan. You know, that was the point where I was just like, table flip, rage quit, fuck this noise.
Where's the earworms?
And trivial things like that, and I don't mind, but like that thing was huge for me. And besides, like, if you're going to tell a Star Trek story and you can't think of an original tale to tell, why would you try and retell a reimagining
Really good story
of Wrath of Khan? You know. But yeah, that aside, the film was awful for other reasons. Like, for so many other reasons. Like, the scene where they're jumping from spaceship to spaceship. If you just took the CGI of that away and put the CGI from the drill scene from the first movie in, it's more or less shot for shot.
Yeah.
You know, it's
True.
phenomenally lazy in its storytelling and its execution. And there's no exploration. This is Star Trek.
Yeah,
they
they
should be
left Earth.
exploring new frontiers and boldly going where no one's gone before, not trying to reimagine a classic. And that was why that film for me was just a horrendous disappointment. And yeah,
And they're trying to bring Klingons into it with the thing.
Didn't mind
It was
Klingons?
weird. No, it just had no continuity in it. It just, we're going to do this now. We're going to do this now. We're going to do this now.
yeah. But so yeah, that's why that was up in my list of stinkers.
I think I had a very similar reaction to World's End.
Yeah,
I think that's probably my stinker of the year in terms of...
I haven't seen World's End.
No?
No,
Okay.
no, because it just looked shit.
Well, no,
To be fair.
to be honest, it's a great film
Yeah.
apart from the last
Apart from the
kind
end.
of 5 minutes in which it completely unravels everything it's
Yeah.
done for the entire film. And then that kind of unravelled it for me to the point where I just didn't enjoy the rest of it.
I haven't found it to be anywhere near as quotable as the other two films in the Cornetto trilogy, and I did not like Simon Pegg. I did not like his character to start off
He
with.
wasn't a likeable
He
character,
wasn't
and that
likeable
was
at
the
all.
problem.
Yeah.
It
First
was supposed to be, though.
Yeah, but the first 15 minutes, I'm watching that film, and I'm thinking, I want to be laughing. This is
Yeah.
this is a Cornetto trilogy film. This is Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, Nick Frost. I should be laughing. Why am I not laughing? Why am I thinking I'm going to hate this film already? I didn't hate it. I did like it. I didn't get quite so worked up about the end. I see where you're coming from, but for me, I got to the point where I just thought, well, I'll just let it do its thing. You know.
But that in itself is just as bad. You got to the end of the film and you're apathetic about it. It's just as bad.
I mean, it wasn't even skirting around the edges. I mean, it's on the list for reminding me, but it didn't get close to the top 5. There are films like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which was almost close to my top 5, because that film was just a lovely, inoffensive, throwaway Christmas film for me.
Have you seen the original?
No.
It'd be worth watching the original to have a comparative.
I'm sure it's going to be massively different, to be honest. But yeah, I enjoyed that. But World's End, yeah, it wasn't a stinker level as Star Trek for me, but disappointing. I think I was also pretty disappointed with The Hobbit.
I know, yeah. I was
Yes.
very surprised at you being disappointed with The Hobbit. Go on then.
Which one?
What's... Well, the new one.
No, I like the first Hobbit.
Yeah,
Yes.
indeed. Yeah.
Yes, you,
Part one I
as
really
say, you
enjoyed.
liked it.
So, Desolation of Smaug. What was your issues with it?
There was a lot. There was a lot of issues. I mean, I've got to be honest. When I heard they're doing The Hobbit, I was really excited because I've loved that book from when I was a kid. When I heard they were doing 2 films and splitting the book into 2, I was like, okay, bit of a stretch, but perhaps they can do it. Fair enough, it's Peter Jackson, let's see where he's going with it. Then they were adding a 3rd film, and I was like, that's taking the piss. And then they said, first 2 films will be The Hobbit, the 3rd film will be a film that uses other material and new things and bridges The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I was like, okay, well, I can kind of get behind that, I guess. And then I watched the second Hobbit. And like The Hobbit's not 19 chapters long. You could probably read it in the time it's taken to watch the first 2 films. But he hasn't finished The Hobbit yet. There are 5 chapters, by my counting, left to go from The Hobbit.
There's still a hell of a lot to happen.
Yeah.
Which is, the downfall of Smaug, the
Battle of the Five
standoff
Armies.
at the Middle-Only Mountain between the 2 camps, and
the arrival of Dane.
yeah,
Got to get old Thorin's got to buy it.
yeah.
You know?
Well, half the cast do.
You know?
A lot of the dwarves are set to cark it if they're following the storyline of the books.
Yeah. So, I think for me, my initial rage, my initial reaction, my initial dislike came from the fact that we get to the end of the film and he hasn't finished the book and there's still so much to go, and I was just...
It was left very open.
Angry
agree
because he hadn't done what he'd promised to do.
Right,
And
okay.
what he had done, he hadn't done well.
Excuse me.
What he had done, he hadn't done well. I mean, the bit that the barrels and the escape from the elves, that was good, except for technically not great in places. Some of the CGI was a bit dodgy. They looked like there was a GoPro shot that someone had forgot to colour grade in there as well at one point. And then the other big routine that I kind of liked, but wasn't perfect for me as well, was Mirkwood. And especially the bit where Bilbo climbs the tree, sticks his head out, and sees the Lonely Mountain. You're like, no, this was Mirkwood. You saw fuck all when you climbed that tree, mate.
Yeah.
There was nothing. You were lost. You were confused, and that wasn't quite gotten ahead as I would have liked it to have been. And then the elves saving the day, rather than being what they were doing, as sort of capturing when they went to see their campfire. That also annoyed me. And then when I got to that point and I started thinking back on the film, more and more things started annoying me because I was just so
in that frame.
Yeah.
That you were
I can understand why you're upset now from the point of view you were expecting it to finish The Hobbit.
Yes.
I didn't know that. And I think I would have kind of been with you a bit there.
Yeah.
But I think I didn't mind the whole film, and
a few forgivable.
There's a lot of license taken with it, and they've added a ton of other stuff in, and they say a lot of it's added out of the appendices. A lot of it isn't. It's they've just made it up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the big addition, the new character of Evangeline Lilly.
Yes.
I actually really liked.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I thought she was great.
Yeah.
It worked.
I did not like Legolas.
No.
But she was great. She's Tauriel, and she was the head of the city guard.
Yeah.
Which is a character that's in The Hobbit. It's never named, and but it's there at least. But she was great, and I really thought she was brilliant, and I forgave her for being Kate.
Yeah.
Last.
I'm going to have to see how they're going to resolve the standoff once Smaug's been dealt with, because they've left half the party in Rivertown, in Lake Town, sorry.
Yes.
And they should all be in the mountain, because that's why there's a standoff, and Bilbo goes out and does a trade with them and stuff, and that's what causes all the friction. So
because he steals the Ark and he goes out and he gives it to Bard.
Yeah. So I'm a bit confused as to how they're going to wrap that.
Yeah, because Killy and Philly have to get there, because Killy and Philly have to die by Thorin's side.
Indeed.
So,
yes.
Well, he's magically been fixed, and they're going to go and help.
I think that's one thing. I think it's a bit harsh that they've added all of this in if they're just going to kill him in the next one.
I know. But then where did they go? Because does Jackson complete The Hobbit in the first half of this new film, and then have
that
Half an hour of outro.
Probably.
yeah,
Well, possibly, yeah. That's what happened in Lord of the Rings.
yeah, I suppose. But
Don't forget, you've got to do all the track back to Hobbiton again.
yeah,
Oh God.
well, he's got to go and stay with Beorn again, hasn't
And
he?
Elrond
spend the
and-
winter in Rivendell. Yeah, so loads of stuff to go. But the one thing that did stick in my craw a little bit, other than just like being negative about it, going back and finding these things, the one nitpick I had before all of the big disappointment at the ending was Bilbo and Smaug. When he walked into that treasure room for the first time, I didn't feel like I did when I read it, and I think it's because of the scene that came beforehand. Because beforehand, it's the big Sauron reveal,
Yeah.
and that was just so bad that I was just like, wow. And then there's this next scene, I'm just like, wow. But yeah.
Yeah, because there's been a bit too much made of the kind of rebirth of Sauron for my liking.
Because it starts to undermine his original trilogy.
Yeah.
Because he's got to find out a way of how Gandalf did not know that all this was going on.
Yeah.
You know, so no, I don't know. But that was a disappointment for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Any other glaring stinkers from the year, film-wise?
Oh well, the Wolverine, obviously.
I've still not seen that.
Not seen that. No,
yeah.
no.
That was just poor.
What in comparison to the other
Origins.
things? Yeah.
Okay, it's marginally better than Origins, but the last 20 minutes stinks. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's not Star Trek Into Darkness level of pants for me. I mean, I know people like Star Trek.
It was a bearable film that had a really shit ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I should.
So
I think I should qualify as well that I actually really enjoyed the first Star Trek in the reboot. I did like that, and I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I'm not being down on Into Darkness because I don't like Star Trek. I'm being down on Into Darkness because it's shit.
Because he's moved away from his magic squidgy red MacGuffin formula.
He has.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's films then.
Fair enough. Anything else from you, Eddie?
Not film
Any
wise.
hidden
No.
gems or anything? No.
No, sorry, no hidden gems. No, not film wise.
Anything you just
Apart from
imagined?
the fact that Simon and I actually made it through the annual.
Oh, you made it through the Crow.
Oh, we did make it through the Crow. Yeah,
We
we
did
got
make
right
it
to
through
the
the
end
Crow.
and
We
everything.
did.
Yeah,
And then we went
and that was it. Yeah.
fucking gone.
Yes. Yeah. It's first year in a while that I've made it through the entire film.
Indeed, for both of us.
Yeah.
It's a annual pilgrimage that I've been doing with Simon for about 7 years now.
Indeed.
But Simon's been doing for longer.
Yeah.
Fair. Good
So
job.
yeah, we made through it. Made it
We
through.
did. There was one point I was nodding off, and Simon just suddenly went, "I fucking love this film." What? What? Oh shit! Yeah. Beer.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Right. TV shows?
So what? Yeah, TV shows. Okay.
It's been a sad year for TV shows.
It has, with
we've
a
lost-
lot of very good stuff finishing.
Yeah, I still feel the loss of Fringe.
Fringe. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Fringe was.
But there have been some good shows turning up. I still can't get enough of The Blacklist.
Blacklist has been amazing. Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath for that to come back.
It came back last night.
Did it?
Yeah,
Ah,
it came back
marvellous.
last night.
Awesome. So I should have one to watch when I get home tonight.
I need to find a decent viewing format that I can watch that with on Android.
Yeah, that's been a good find for this year, to be
yeah.
honest.
I think a show that I just cannot get enough of, and it's not new this year, it's ongoing, is Person of Interest. It just keeps getting better and better.
I haven't watched the new stuff.
But I have to say one thing. I'm now starting to see so many similarities between that and The Equalizer. It's not even funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Has it become The Equalizer?
Yeah, utterly. Because we've gone back and we've been watching The Equalizer over the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks, the original, and you've got no idea how many people's first role that is. It's got like the baddie from The Karate Kid. It's got Christian Slater. It's got Adamant in it. Literally everybody who's anybody in Hollywood has been in The Equalizer at some point. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know the story of The Equalizer, he's like an ex-CIA operative who is living in New York, and he goes around helping people who they basically ring him, and if nobody else can help you, then they call The Equalizer.
It's like a one-man A-team.
Indeed, he is, yeah. But if you weigh that against Person of Interest, it's kind of the same thing, except they've got the machine. But also now, one of the main characters in the Equalizer was Control, who was basically his old boss. And episode of Person of Interest just gone, they introduced a character called Control.
That's fucking
and
uncanny.
they're both set in New York as well. So there are just so many similarities between Person of Interest and The Equalizer, and I'm just seeing more and more every day.
Clever.
But it's brilliant. And also I found out the other day that they're making a film of The Equalizer.
Really?
Do you know who's playing the main character?
Guy from Person of Interest?
No, Denzel Washington.
What? What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit
very bizarre, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to see how that one turns out. But
I thought you were going to say something like Michael Caine or something.
Well, yeah, indeed. People like that would have...
English guy, ex MI5.
But no, they've gone
working for the
Denzel
CIA.
Washington. Very different route for them to take.
Wow. Who would you have chosen then?
As the Equalizer?
Yeah, for the Equalizer film, who would you instead of Denzel?
So if we're going for somebody... Well, I mean, Michael Caine's a good shout, but I think he might just be too old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that a middle wicket?
Yeah. No, I can't think of anybody like immediately off the top of my head who I think would be good for it.
No. Russell Crowe.
No, none of the Russell Crowe, Gerard Butler, no one like that. No. I don't know, maybe Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Robert Carlyle.
There's one who should be in more films.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I wouldn't say for Equalizer, no.
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 Possibly not. It needs... How much
Unless
like Paddy Considine? I think he'd do it well. Yeah, I'd probably go with Paddy Considine. I think he'd be good.
I think you were good with Ewan McGregor. He would be... The age he is now would work.
Yeah.
That would be a definite workable. Yeah. I think Denzel Washington is too old for the part in the same way sort of Michael Caine would be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, bear in mind.
But then again, he was supposed to be a retired CIA
he is a lot
agent.
older,
So
yeah, because from watching it through, I think it was like season 3, they had to kind of dial it down because I think the Iwa Wuwa had a heart attack at some point, and then they had to kind of dial his role back a bit. So they brought in other
dive
characters.
across bonnets and stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he couldn't do all the. He didn't do a lot of diving across bonnets, but he did lots of suited up in his bulletproof vests and stuff like that. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. So in conclusion, Person of Interest still I think is just going strength to strength. It's an amazing show.
I need to catch up and watch the newest stuff.
I think because they threw in a real curveball a couple of episodes ago in terms of like the character list, and now it's weird because I think when it started it was a very kind of male heavy show.
Yes.
Whereas now it's completely the opposite.
Because you've got like Reboot and...
You've got Root and then the other kind of psychotic woman, I can't remember, that she's kind of helping them out. I can't remember her character's name, but...
his old work colleague.
Yeah. So it's become... It's lent now towards very much stronger female characters than the male characters, which is kind of an interesting...
Almost like they've got Equalizer and then thrown in a bit of Burn Notice.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Well, it's on Netflix now, so I'll check it out. I still haven't watched Person of Interest.
Yeah.
Person of Interest is not on there, but yeah, it's good.
It's an amazing show.
Is it on there now?
It's on there.
Oh,
Yeah, I noticed
okay.
the other day.
Missed that.
I haven't seen many good new shows in the new season.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of mediocre ones.
I've been disappointed by a couple of things.
Like
Agents
Shield.
of Shield and
Yeah, I mean,
that came back with a bang this
That
week,
did,
which
yeah.
is good. But
it was almost a very good episode. There was some things that just were a bit weak in it, but it was better than the first half.
I will note that is it Simmons, the girl? Her accent's gone regional. Did you notice?
I didn't notice.
She's started losing the kind of received
Smarmy.
pronunciation British accent and gone back to a kind of
A normal
native
English
northern
accent.
accent,
Good.
which it
Listen
suits,
to the fans then.
suits her a lot better.
Right.
No, that was a show that I really wanted to love, and I just kept hoping it would
Get better.
be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's had one really good episode.
Mm.
Was it I Spy, the episode where they first had the eye
Yeah.
implant?
Yeah.
That episode was really fucking good. I really enjoyed that, but nothing has really come close to what I want to see.
Well,
from
they're
Joss
building on
Whedon.
that a lot. Have you seen this week's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
But yeah, it's come back with a bang, and
Yeah.
it's a very Coulson-centric episode. And
I shall watch it on return
yeah,
to my home.
It's very good. I like where they're going with it now. I think they've kind of had a little bit of a break, and they've taken a lot of criticism on board, and I think tried to make some changes.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's good.
Yeah, still not enough of a satisfying reveal and conclusion to the mysteries for me. There's still some work to be done there, but yeah, for sure, it's one that I'll stick with.
Yeah.
It's not like Sons of Anarchy where I just rage quit that show after that first episode.
I've still not
I
watched
just-
any of this season.
No, I got bored, to be fair. It's just,
Well, apparently the next season
Oh,
is it. That's
flop.
it.
yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
Apparently there's been some
So
big
se-
twist in it this
season
season.
6
but
is
I've
gonna be
not
the
seen
last
any
one.
of it. Apparently so, yeah. But yeah, I've not seen any of it, so no clue. Other shows that have kind of, not been... They've been all right, but again, not what I was expecting, like Almost Human.
I gave up after 2 episodes.
You've given up on that, have you? Okay.
I watched the first 2, and the fact the second episode was so markedly different from the first episode in terms of tone, just like, I don't have time to watch a show that's still trying to find out what show it is.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's good. I'm enjoying it. But I think it's certainly leagues above Defiance, dare I say it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still going.
I
Yeah, it
know,
got picked
I
up
know.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
But got,
It's still going.
The second and third season.
Yeah, it's still going.
Um,
I'm going to tie you to a chair and fucking torture you with watching it, fucking episode upon episode.
I did happen across a new show last week called Helix.
Okay.
It's
I
set-
heard of it.
It's set in, I think it's either in the Antarctic or the Arctic. It's one of the 2 poles. And this big research station where they are clearly designing some sort of super virus that can transform people into, super soldiers. I'm guessing that's where it's going to go. But the episode starts with this contagion breaking out. So it's all gone horribly wrong, and the CDC have been called in because obviously one of the scientists who's been affected by this is the relative of a former CDC agent, and obviously his former wife who slept with his brother, and so
His
it's
mother's
very
now his sister.
it's very, very cliched in how they get everything together. But yeah, it's a CDC based show at the moment set in, I think it's the North Pole.
Interesting.
No. It has the potential to be brilliant,
Okay.
but it was
Is,
terrible.
is, this
Okay.
not, is this not another reboot of...
No, it's a sci-fi original show.
No, from what the bits I saw of it, it looked like a reboot of Alphas to me.
No.
It's not going
No,
down
it's
that
nothing
route.
to that. No,
Okay.
it's body horror and
Okay.
genetics, and it's pants. I mean, it has the potential to be brilliant. It has the Japanese actor from The Last Samurai in it. The guy who played the one lieutenant.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That guy. He's in it, and he's great. because I watch it on my computer, I watch it on my laptop. If I find myself during a show sort of changing to a different window, maybe playing some Candy Crush, just listening to the show rather than watching it, it's just not holding my attention at all. And that's the point where I just go, you know what, this probably isn't worth watching.
Another one, and it's showing a trend of the kind of things we've enjoyed this year. Then is The Following. It's another one that I've absolutely loved, and there's season 2 of that's just about to start as well. It's Kevin Bacon and I've forgotten his name. Is it Gerard Butler? No.
Has that only just come out in the UK recently?
Yeah, fairly recently. Yeah, it's about a cult leader and an FBI agent who's trying to track him down and everything. It's a brilliant series. I'd say watch that. It's kind of up there with The Blacklist in terms of tone.
Okay. That's one that's got past me. I haven't gone across that yet.
Yeah, The Following. So yeah, I'd say watch that. It's definitely Kevin Bacon. I can't remember the English actor who's in it off the top of my head. But yeah, that's really good. So it seems that we're very much liking the kind of CIA, FBI type of
conspiracy type stuff,
weird crime dramas rather than sci-fis this year.
Bring back NCIS. No.
Well, NCIS is still there and it's still awesome.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's because
a lot of the sci-fi has kind of fallen flat this year with stuff like Fringe finishing, which finished on a high and that was great. Yeah. But then a lot of the other stuff that's come along to replace it has been kind of middle of the road.
I still haven't seen Believe. I still haven't seen a release date for Believe, which is the other show that was.
Well, and the other one, Intelligence.
That started.
Which is starting soon.
That started last night.
Did it start? Okay.
Either last night or Sunday night.
Yeah, because I know I was expecting it to start soon, but that's Josh Holloway from Lost.
Right. Yeah.
Is the main character in that.
I saw that on my watch list. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw it and I was just like, that rings a bell. And that's why.
Yeah. And I think that's another J.J. Abrams produced one.
Yeah. Some of the returning shows haven't been too great either, to be fair.
No, indeed, yeah. So, as we said about Sons of Anarchy and stuff.
Arrow.
Arrow.
Sorry,
brilliant.
Arrow's a
good. Arrow's been brilliant.
Show.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
I was thinking The Walking Dead, but I was thinking shows that have returned that have been a bit pants.
Yeah.
I've kind of liked this season of Walking Dead in comparison to the last one.
I think the last episode jumped the shark.
Okay, fair enough.
For me that was Fonzie on water skis jumping a shark. That's where the phrase. Yeah. That's where the phrase comes from.
Yeah.
It comes from the Happy Days episode where Fonzie jumps a shark.
Yes.
Yeah. That episode was it for me. I think I'll finish the season out. But it's a show that I've kind of just falling out with.
Fair enough.
Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. But Arrow, on the other hand,
fuck yeah,
fucking great. I'm loving that show. Now the Mentalist seems to have calmed down.
After it's a change of pace.
I'm enjoying where that's going, especially after that. Did you see Sunday's episode?
No, I don't think I have yet.
Okay. Now they've started bringing Van Pelt and Rigsby back.
Cool.
And they've now got a storyline developing with those guys and the old CBI.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's looking. It was looking a bit shaky once they did that little mini finale, and then they came back like years later, and it's kind of found its feet again. Castle as well is another one that's found its feet again.
Yeah, Castle's always that's always maintained a level. Never get bored of Castle. No. But again, they're all crime procedurals.
Yeah, no, it's shocking. Isn't it?
It's true. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a genre show at the moment that I'm actually enjoying.
Supernatural's still all right.
Oh, Supernatural's brilliant. The last season of Supernatural was one of the best seasons of Supernatural in a long time, and this season is just great as well.
I'm loving where they're going with Castiel and everything this season. So yeah, that's a nice change of pace again, and I really like it with all the Men of Letters stuff.
Yeah,
is very interesting.
Yeah, that's been great. So that's one genre show. That
one.
Arrow. Arrow is 2.
Arrow, yes.
Nothing else has just held my interest for long enough. Almost Human, no. Defiance, no. Sleepy Hollow, I started watching, but I just couldn't Stick with it.
And Dracula as well.
Yeah.
The new Dracula.
I'd never.
Again, that's all right. I caught up on that yesterday.
Vampire Diaries spin-off originals.
The originals, yeah. I've not been watching that. Emma has, but not me.
Do you remember a few episodes back we were also full of promise for the upcoming full schedule?
Indeed.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
No, most of it's been
Shit.
dropped by the wayside, and we're all watching crime drama.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But of course, there is one big saviour of sci-fi this year, and that was Doctor Who.
Oh god, that was brilliant. I don't understand why everyone was raging so much about the Christmas episode.
Nor do I.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I loved it.
I didn't think I went to Twitter to say something like, frankly, if you're a casual fan who only watches at Christmas and you're complaining that this didn't cater to the casual fan, I don't care.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I thought it did.
Well, yeah, it does, but that's the thing. It's a very fine line that they have to walk on the Doctor Who Christmas specials, because they know that they're going to get some amount of people watching it. But then again, look at shows like EastEnders, where if you just drop in to watch the Christmas episode, you don't have a fucking clue what's going on. Like, who the fuck are these people? What are they doing? I don't get it.
Who cares? It's EastEnders.
Exactly, but that's the point.
Yes, it is.
They don't go out of their way to make sure that casual viewers enjoy the Christmas episode. They do a big plot point, but it's not like you come into the show and you immediately
can't drop
know what's
in, drop
happening.
out of it.
No, indeed. And I think that's kind of the level that they should be going with Doctor Who, is that they kind of should be going, well, you know what, we've got an established show here.
Yeah.
If you're a casual viewer,
Fuck you.
go and fucking watch the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that was why I was just so I just didn't get the anger. I was like, no, that was great. It wasn't perfect.
No, it had its issues.
It had its issues, but it got me emotionally.
There was a bit too much repetition of kind of themes of the Doctor tricking Clara like 3 times. It's like, yeah, okay. And the Clara going back and he'd gotten older twice.
Yes.
Well, that yeah, but that happens. I mean, when the Master ran out of his regenerations, he was old. He was shown as to have aged.
Well, he was basically a skeleton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand seeing him age, but they kind of did the same thing twice. If they'd done it once,
yes, it would have
and
been
then
fine.
spent longer developing the rest of it, that would have been great, instead of doing the same thing over again.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
It was a bit pointless.
So that's what I think, is that they repeated things a bit too much when they could have done other things, and because a lot of other things felt really rushed, like all the voiceover-y stuff just felt like it was rushed with a montage in the background.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that. The only thing that really disappointed me was Capaldi's first line.
Okay.
Because it was a very Matt Smith line. And I don't want to see Peter Capaldi
Do you know how
play...
to fly this thing?
No, not that. The I have new kidneys.
Kidneys
Don't
don't
like
like the colour, yeah.
That was just like, no. That shouldn't be this wizened Capaldi character, Doctor. But
yeah, I think
we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, we've got. He will. I imagine he will calm down a bit. There's got to be that first bit of frenetic.
Yeah, because those boggly eyes were like, they gave Tom Baker a run for the money in terms of boggliness.
The Capaldi, Coleman boggle off.
But yeah. But no, I thought it was what it needed to be. It was an emotional send-off, which I felt was better than David Tennant's. Maybe the I Don't Want to Go, that wasn't quite replicated, but David Tennant stretched out his regeneration for fucking ages.
Yeah, because he didn't want to go.
But
there was a good 20 minutes of wandering around.
and saying goodbye to people.
Yeah, and that must have taken, in terms of his lifespan, at least a day of regeneration time.
So, yeah, and then of course canon must be about to change.
What do you mean?
Because we now know that David Tennant was 11 and 12.
Yes, indeed.
And Matt Smith was 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is now a fresh set of regenerations or whatever.
Or we don't know.
Or just remove the limit or whatever the cosmic fart was that came through the crack in Amy's wall.
If I was Moffat, if I was Moffat,
crack in Amy's wall.
If I was Moffat and I was writing the next series, I would have that being a gift of one.
Okay.
Literally just one more regeneration so that he can get Gallifrey back. Because what I originally thought would happen is that they wouldn't have Tennant as Doctors 11 and 12. They would just have him just the one incarnation. So I'm getting confused now. He's 11, isn't he? Because Eccleston was 10 in the end.
Yes.
Because Hurt was 9. Yeah.
Yes.
So Tennant would just have the one regeneration and not two. Capaldi would be the final regeneration from this round of regenerations, and his tenure of the Doctor would be, his story arc would be finding Gallifrey and bringing it back, so that they then can have the Time Lords replenish his regenerations, so they can build the series on. But with him now being the 14th Doctor, or the first of the version 2 regeneration cycles, it would make more sense to me from a writer's point of view to have him, that's a one-off, and he has to use this life to find Gallifrey and find the Time Lords.
Yeah, I see. Interesting.
That'd be where I'd take it if I was
fair enough.
in charge of a show like Doctor Who.
But I think it's safe to say that they, in the latter half of the year, they've definitely done justice to the Doctor Who 50th anniversary.
Yeah,
I think
brilliant.
Very much so. Very happy with how it's all played out.
I loved the 50th anniversary episode. I thought that was fantastic.
So I think that, for me, is probably my TV highlight of the year.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I go with that as well, to be honest.
No, I can't think of anything better, no. That's possible. Say something, damn it.
Cool. I'm looking at flashy lights.
Yeah. Flashy lights. Flashy lights.
Tell you a TV low point for me. Sherlock.
Yes, of course. Yes, you're not a fan of this current Sherlock, are you?
I'm still a fan. I'm just not.
No, I mean this current season.
Yeah.
The 3 episodes that have just aired.
Not been blown away by them. I oddly enough thought that the wedding, the second episode, was the best of the bunch. I
enjoyed the second one. I thought it was nicely made. I like the editing in it.
Yeah, and I like the fact as well, like the bloody guardsman. That I worked it out, and that is what I liked about Sherlock with the puzzles and stuff. Is you want to see, are you as clever as him?
Yeah.
Do you get it? And I just felt that was missing from most of this series. The finale, people are raving about it, thinking it was great. And I was thinking, did you watch the same finale? It was unexpected twist after unexpected twist. There was no narrative flow to it. There's nothing you could follow that would go, oh, so that's what. That makes sense. It was just like twist, twist, twist.
With no explanation.
Yeah, and then they had the big reveal post credits and the little tease with your man coming back. I don't care. Spoilers, Moriarty. And that was kind of cool. Maybe everyone's just forgotten about everything else.
Maybe, yeah.
In an hour and a half because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the dialogue has been great, but I felt like a lot of the writing has been let down by the fact that it just didn't seem to fit together. And the finale for me, I think I made the comparison on my status on Facebook, was that it felt like when you go and buy a computer game because the adverts say it's like the best in interactive entertainment, and you play it, but actually it turns out it's just a series of QuickTime events, and all you have to do is just press A to load the next one, and you don't really interact at all. It felt like that. In fact, in terms of narrative, it was just like leading you down one Moffat believing his own hype path of narrative after the other. And I think it suffered from the writers becoming aware of how popular the show had become. But yeah, if I was to do a top 5 episodes of Sherlock, none of that series would make the cut.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I really liked episode 1. I liked the humour in it. I thought it was brilliant the way it opened it with, the whole this is how it was done, and then Darren Brown turned up, and I was just like, what?
Darren Brown saved my laptop. Darren Brown saved my laptop.
Were you about to throw it out the window?
I was reaching for it to rage tweet. When he crashes in through the window and makes out with Molly.
With Molly, yeah.
I was just like, no. What have they just done to the character? What the fuck? And I was reaching for the laptop, and then I saw Darren Brown and was like, something's going on.
Yeah.
My laptop
Not really. We're fucking with you.
Yeah. I still don't think we've seen.
I still don't think we've seen it because everybody was like, "Oh, well, now we know," and it's just dull now. It's like I don't think
that
you
wasn't
do
it.
know.
There was no way that was it. And I could buy the airbag possibly. What I couldn't buy was the sheer number of people involved in the lie.
Yeah.
Because there's an episode what in the first season, when Mycroft is quizzed by Watson saying, so you don't trust your own people. It's like, hell no. They spy on people for a living.
Yeah.
There's no way he would have had that many people
ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, indeed.
And unless over the course of Series 3, a lot of bodies started turning up. Yeah. That's the only way that would have been the real solution.
Well,
I still think he just got lucky.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
He said it wasn't. That he seriously hinted that wasn't really what happened, but that's what he was going to tell him, and that's what he was sticking to.
Yeah, in the episode that's made, yeah, but we're obviously coming from viewers going, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
Whatever his narrative with I forget that guy's name.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Whatever his conversation with him was, whether it was a knowing wink at the end, as like, is it not? You'll never know. As a viewer, we know that's not it. And we can work it out by going, he would never trust that many people. That's just too un-Sherlock-like. And there would not be enough people to pull off that farce that Mycroft would trust either.
Yeah.
So it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
I think, because the thing that gets me is Moffat said, if you go back and watch the Reichenbach Falls, he said at the time, he said, the clue was in there. And I think Molly has something to do with it. But I also think the clue is right at the start of the episode, when they're at the flat, there's the body hanging from the rafters, and Sherlock's going over cold cases. And I think when he's on the roof at that moment, he just does the maths, and he works out why that body could have survived, or why it wouldn't have, or whether it was killed before it fell, or what. And I think he just went dumb luck, and just thought, Molly's there waiting if something goes wrong. Do I have it in me? Can I do it? What are the chances? And he just took the chance. I think that's simply it. We know that he survived the Reichenbach Falls. Canon says he does. But I think he just got lucky.
Yeah. I think it's certainly more plausible.
Yeah.
Don't know about that. Don't know. I think it's a bit more tricky, and he hasn't. There's no reveal, no thing of actually what it did happen, and that's how it's meant to be.
Yeah, but it's not Ocean's 11. There's no big sudden reveal of how everything happens at the end. This is
no, and there probably won't be.
But the thing is, I don't think
you're never going to know.
As viewers need to know.
Exactly. It just was.
Yeah, I think
we don't need to know because it will be picked over,
and he's going to keep fucking with you. Yes, and it'll be something to keep watching.
Just talking about how we think.
Yeah,
it was done. Is enough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My big thing with that one was I think that Mary was completely miscast, and I fucking hate her.
No, I thought she was fine.
I think she's completely fucking wrong for the part, and I don't see that actress does not fit the part of Mary for me.
I thought she was fine.
Just doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. She could be a fucking extra in EastEnders. The way I see it. Whereas if you read any of Sherlock stuff, Mary wasn't. She was upper middle class. She was fucking genius, and she comes across as a fucking thick commoner. just doesn't fit right. There's just
I
something
think there's
about
got to be
she
a
just
certain.
doesn't fucking fit.
I think there may well have just been a certain amount of nepotism involved in the casting,
Yeah, quite right.
just because it's Martin Freeman's wife.
Yeah,
I think
possibly.
that was it.
Yeah.
I don't think the casting let the show down. I don't think.
No,
I'm not saying necessarily it let the show down. I just don't think
Fair
that
enough.
she's
Fair
right.
You
enough.
just didn't buy into
Yeah,
it.
Chill.
I just didn't buy
Chill.
it. I don't.
Oh, this
It's
is
my
his
fucking
rage
turn
quit.
to rage. It's my turn to have a fucking rage quit. All right. Fuck up.
The floor is yours.
No, that was it. Just, I don't think she's right.
You two have to maintain the rage.
Cut me off.
No, she came in for a lot of stick for being cast. But I didn't see anything wrong. Personally. Yeah. What else? What else from the last year?
I'm not sure when it was done, but I watched Lilyhammer, which I liked very much, and I can't remember when the series was let out, whether it was before last year or not.
So, don't watch it.
No clue.
Very, very, never heard of it.
Nope.
Very, very funny thing. This guy who's in the mafia, his boss dies, and he's supposed to be the next in line, but it goes to his boss's brother instead, who then goes out to have him assassinated. He survives the assassination and goes, well, fuck you, I'm going to testify against you, have you fucking put away. And in return, he gets sent to wherever the fuck he wants. And he chooses Lilyhammer in Norway. And it's about how this mafia guy starts living in Norway and slowly taking over the town.
I think I've heard of that, yeah.
It's actually very funny. I enjoyed it very much. But whether it was the second season was last year or not, I can't remember. But it's certainly worth watching.
Fair play.
Another one on Netflix original.
Yeah.
I'm quite liking a lot of the stuff that they're throwing out there. Like,
Yeah, well, season 2 of House of Cards starts on the 14th of February.
yeah.
Looking forward to that.
What was the Hemlock Grove? That was out this year. Yeah, that was out last year. Hemlock Grove. That was brilliant.
Yeah, Arrested Development, Orange is the New Black. 2 other shows are out on Netflix as well. Amazon had a swing and a miss.
Oh, with
doing
its
the same
pilots
with
thing.
their pilots.
Yeah.
Zombieland, which was just
It was
terrible.
appalling, yeah.
But yeah, that's 2013 wrapped then, I suppose.
I don't know, have we got a favourite event of the year or anything that we went to?
Neil Gaiman at the Forum in Bath. That was
Oh,
a good
yes,
one.
yes. Yeah, good call.
That was very good.
I didn't go to the Bath one, but Simon and I went to the Oxford one.
So did I.
No,
I went to the Oxford one as
no,
well.
no, you went there. Dude.
I was sat right by you. You held my hand the whole time. So I think it was my hand.
No, you thought it was my hand. I have an extra foot coming out my ear.
So yeah, Neil Gaiman in Bath was great. Just that entire day was brilliant because we interviewed Emma Newman beforehand. They went to see Neil Gaiman. So yeah, that day was awesome. Yeah, that's probably my big event.
Oh yeah, for me it had to be the Doctor Who 50th that I went to.
Yeah.
That was that was awesome. Going on the TARDIS and getting pictures taken on that and meeting Matt Smith and
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah, that was an amazing day. It's fantastic.
Cool. Lady?
No, nothing magically super duper this year, but hopefully there'll be several more this year.
Well, we've got loads to look for. We've got Sci-Fi
We do.
Weekender coming up in a couple of months' time.
I was going to say, that's 2013 wrapped, so
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
What's coming this year that we're looking forward to?
Me.
Well, you come all the time.
I'm supposed to. I'm part of the show.
Yes, so yeah, Sci-Fi Weekender in March.
Woohoo!
Looking forward to that. It should be good fun this year.
Disco.
What else have we got? TV wise and film wise, there's news about the Constantine TV show
Yeah.
Yes.
being greenlit, which I'm massively looking forward to. And it all seems to be involving David Goyer, who seems to be getting involved in everything DC at the moment.
Batman Begins.
And and he's involved in the Sandman,
Yep.
Yes.
film.
Yeah. I'm.
which I'm now,
Well, we didn't quite
very
finish
excited
out
about.
last year. We got comic books, etc.
Well, yes, because
like
comics for me
sorry,
was the new
New
Sandman.
Sandman. Yes. Sorry.
Yes,
I was like, no.
indeed, there was
I
new
forgot
Sandman.
about that one.
Yeah, which that made it was right at the tail end of the year, December, and it arrived for the first. I was like, new Sandman,
I
way!
haven't got it yet.
It was.
It's brilliant.
I got additional collections to
Really
my
like
original series, but I was going. Oh, I wanted the new one.
The series I'm looking forward to this year in terms of comics is Firefly Season 2. That's coming out this year.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Last year, I suppose the big graphic novel event that I really enjoyed last year was Batman Night of the Owls from 1952. Thought that was a great story, and thought all the books that were brought together in that little anthology was great. And then Age of Ultron's up there as well. Brian Bendis stuff, but yeah, aside from that, but 2014, 2014.
Yeah.
And there's the Marvel TV shows on Netflix.
Yeah,
Coming. Yeah.
Yeah, all the Hell's Kitchen stuff.
yeah. So Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
So
I'm looking forward to that coming
that
up.
should be pretty fucking cool.
And Gotham as well. It was revealed today that Bruce Wayne will be in Gotham, and so will the Joker, and the Penguin will be there as well.
What about Harlequin?
I should imagine so.
Can I have Harlequin?
It's looking like it's essentially because it was Gordon originally. It was a Commissioner Gordon series, but now it's become Gotham.
Gotham,
It looks
not
like
Gordon.
Yeah, I don't know why CW let it go because it's with Fox. They're doing it, so I don't know why CW didn't keep it in house. But yeah, it looks like a
Mishmash.
well, no, sort of origin story for Gotham City. You know, it's set in a city teetering on the edge of becoming the Gotham that we know. So it's all about what pushes it into the edge. So yeah, they're currently looking to cast a 12-year-old Bruce Wayne at the moment.
Yeah, that would be so wrong if Harley Quinn wasn't it then.
I should imagine.
Because she'd be about 12 then, isn't her?
Yeah, these characters will be as they are. I think there'll be something different about them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then did you hear the news about Michael Douglas being cast as Hank Pym?
I did indeed, yeah. Yeah.
So there's going to be two Ant-Men, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's going to be Hank Pym, probably retired from being Ant-Man, handing it off to
Bruce Willis.
crap.
No, I know who you mean, who's been cast as
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, apparently it's Marvel doing a heist movie. So cool.
Okay.
With Edgar Wright directing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's got me really excited. Captain America Winter Soldier, obviously, looking forward to that. That's going to be great.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
That was
Rocket
probably the
Raccoon is
one
awesome.
thing I didn't really like about Thor 2 was
the scene at the end.
that seems a little bit hokey by comparison with the rest of the direction for that movie. But I think in the film in its own right, it will work. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to First Class 2.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that's going to
looking
be.
forward to that. I think that'll be the first good X-Men film
In a while.
Yeah.
Since
Since the
X-Men
last
2. No, since X-Men 2.
First Class was good. I enjoyed First Class, but it could have been better. It wasn't as good as X-Men 2. X2 was just brilliant.
Yeah.
So, but Days of Future Past, I'm looking forward to, mainly because it's more Jennifer Lawrence, obviously, but also Ellen Page. It's like,
Yeah, cool.
and Anna Paquin. So it's like, yeah,
Oh my god!
it's the triumvirate.
They're all wearing spandex.
So, yeah, so there's that. And Mockingjay Part 1, end of the year as well.
Yeah.
True.
And the end of The Hobbit.
Yeah, but that's mid-year, isn't it? Or is that December?
I thought that was December again.
Is it? I
Is it
thought
not?
that earlier.
I'll have to check, but
Thought
I
you-
thought it was And then, of course, we've probably got some awesome stinkers coming out, like new Transformers and...
New Transformers, they're rebooting it.
No,
No,
another
no,
just
it's-
another one.
right.
Well, they are
Part
kind
four.
of rebooting it because it's now Mark Wahlberg, I think, in one of the lead roles,
Yeah.
and because Shia LaBeouf's not in it anymore, and
Yeah, because Sheila Buff's just gone off his head.
yes, it's gone a bit
Yeah.
mental, and it's been plagiarising other people's work, and
And plagiarising the apologies as well. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
I didn't know whether he was just trolling the internet. So
Probably.
he got caught for plagiarising, and so in his apology, he plagiarised his apology. I don't know whether to applaud him or not. But,
Yeah,
epic
but he
following.
said he's quitting. He's out of the game now. That's it. He's fucking had enough.
Fair enough.
I think that was just a bit of a fucking strop and fucking rage
haven't-
quit.
I haven't really seen him in anything good since.
Ever.
Oh, no. The film with Tom Hardy, where they play bootleggers.
Oh, okay. Lawless.
That's the one. Yeah, he was okay in that. That film's. I watched that film this year. That's surprised me.
Mm.
There's a particularly brutal part halfway through the film that I just wasn't expecting. But yeah, it's worth a watch if you can stomach it.
And then there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. See, all films to get excited about.
2014.
The
I'm going to rage so
the
hard
only
this year,
redeemable
aren't
thing that they could possibly do in that is have an absolutely pristine April.
It's Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
No. No. Okay.
Do you not remember me being just so phenomenally angry early this year
Yeah.
about this?
I do.
She's too old and too dark haired
And it's
Just
William
wrong.
Fitchner as Shredder.
It should be Christina Hendricks or Felicia Day as April O'Neil. I would go with Felicia Day. But I've been
Either
thinking
would
of
work.
Christina Hendricks.
Either would work.
Christina Hendricks probably wouldn't work, to be honest. That's just thinking of a redhead off the top of my head. But yeah, Felicia Day would be cool.
Get Karen Gillan.
No.
No, but she shaved
do you
her
know-
head, didn't she? She shaved her
Well,
head.
they're grown back by now. That was like 6 months ago.
No, because she was wearing the wig for the
She always
Christmas episode.
staple a wig on.
She was wearing the wig in the Christmas episode.
Yeah, well, so was
So
Matt
was
Smith.
Matt
Yeah.
obviously.
But that was filmed 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There we go. Don't know why I still think it's at Christmas. Oh, Christmas films. I know we we talked about them on the episode that will in years to come be known as the Lost Tapes. The episode that never made it to air. But
That doesn't mean we talked about Lost the entire episode.
Again.
but because we were doing our thing about Christmas
films,
and like we had the obvious Die Hard, Gremlins,
Lethal Weapon.
Those. I found another one
Iron Man 3.
that should be
Oh, yeah, definitely Iron Man 3 is a Christmas film.
another one that should definitely be on the list, which really surprised me, was Catch Me If You Can.
All right, okay.
Because every major plot point happens at Christmas Eve in that
Okay.
film. And the correspondence between Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks is characters that happen then. And I was watching that, I was like, this goes into my Christmas films list because it's brilliant and because it has key elements at Christmas. But yeah, that's just an aside to the Lost Tapes. But yeah, the hidden episodes. Yeah, cool. Where were we? Can't even remember now.
2014 stuff.
Stuff. Yeah.
Anything gizmo gadgety awesomeness coming through?
Well, there was all the
Steam
specs
box
for the
stuff.
various Steam
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which are-
900 quid.
Yeah,
fuck that, yeah.
yeah. I'm yet to be sold on that
Yeah.
now.
Indeed,
when I was
indeed.
so happy about Steambox originally, I'm now like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I still want to find a hydrogen reactor, portable hydrogen reactor.
Yes, yeah, I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, that's yeah. They are affordable and available in some camping stores.
I think my gadget will be the PS4. I think I'll wait until there's some more good titles and then go and buy that.
Yeah, but is
Just
there
for
anything
else.
new coming up? Is what I
Well,
was
PS4 is
fishing
new.
out. No, but it's already been released. Is what I mean. Is there anything coming up that's going to be released during next year that we know of?
Well, that I'm looking forward to. Not that I can think of, to be honest.
Well,
Tons of
apparently,
gadgets.
there's all the 4K TVs, but apparently there's also following up 8K directly afterwards, and apparently a lot of the manufacturers are going to go straight to 8K rather than even bothering with 4K.
4K. So those weird bendy ones. That,
That's OLED.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Mm.
Have you been anywhere to see them on a demo or anything?
No.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. I'm looking forward to is seeing where we go with wearable tech this year, because that seems to be the new thing is wearable tech.
Yeah.
And linking it all in with smartphones. I see a lot of people with like wearable tech now that all links in
Watches
with
and
their
things, yeah.
smartphones. Well, not even just watches. They have like
wristbands and-
monitors and stuff. Yeah, like David's got his kind of wristband thing that says how far he's walked and stuff.
Oh,
and,
okay, yeah.
and then it links in with
His
calorie
phone.
control and things on your phone. So there's loads of stuff now that's linking in with your
There's
phones.
sleep ones as well.
And then they're
Yeah.
bringing all sorts of mental applications and things out for phone, like the iPhone taser case. You heard about that?
No.
Uses the
60,000
battery.
volt taser.
Uses the battery off
Which
your
is an
phone.
iPhone case.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Capable of stunning a
Fuck
man.
yeah. Screw the fucking iPhone. Make it for other Android things as well. Don't fucking stick to iPhone.
That's awesome.
You can buy
Yeah,
an
it is.
iPhone taser case now.
Oh man. that's
Legally in the UK?
I'm not sure whether it's legal
Yeah.
in the UK. You
I was
can
gonna
definitely
say-
buy it legally in the States.
Yeah,
now,
but
I
you
think.
can't buy them legally in the UK. The same with
Oh.
tasers.
I could just. Oh, why do I picture myself getting one, and then
Don't know. That's
doing
unusual.
the Garth Elgar?
Well,
from Wayne's
just
World?
imagine like kids accidentally tasering themselves.
And filming themselves doing it.
So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where, because it was a Consumer Electronics Show, was it last week,
yeah.
and that's where a lot of this stuff I saw. So it's I think it's the year of wearable tech. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Seeing what.
Well,
New advances we have.
this time next year we'll have our 2014 review and see how much we got right.
See how many people we tasered with iPhones.
They're awesome at bus stops.
See whether we managed to taser ourselves with iPhones.
No, bus stops are definitely ones for tasers. The little palm held ones. Just walk along.
Don't have that at home, kids.
Or your cat.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think that's probably about it.
That'll about wrap us
Yeah.
up for this one. Yeah. So yeah, interesting review and look forward.
Yeah.
See what we've got coming out this year. Oh, actually, one thing that we have got, and because I finished it today, is the Facebook app. I finished our NerdVsWorld Facebook app player today.
So it's available.
That will be available, so you can go to the NerdVsWorld on Facebook, and then there's the tab at the top which says NerdVsWorld Podcasts. If you click on that, then you have a nice new shiny Facebook app.
Is it available on phones? Is that
No, it's
Not yet.
I'll have to check it. It should work on browsers on phones, but it won't work as part of the Facebook app on like Android, because it doesn't do tab apps on phones
okay.
through the kind of actual Facebook app.
Yeah, it
But you
wouldn't
should
work
be
on
able
tablets
to
and-
open it on a browser on a phone, because it's all, what's the word, responsive design. So it should play fine on a phone. So yes,
Wicked.
new shiny app.
Yay. There we go. And you can access all the podcasts through that app.
You can indeed. It's got a little jump menu at the top, so you can just go back and choose an episode, and then it's got all kind of integrated comments and stuff now, so that you can actually comment while you're listening to the show, and then it'll appear and refresh, and so you can actually technically have conversations on that about the show while you're watching it.
With us.
Indeed,
Brilliant.
which is kind of cool.
It is.
And then another possible thing, well, another thing that is coming up soon, which I've nearly finished on, is my new browser-based MMORPG that I've been working on, which is called Unwired, which is a kind of cyberpunk, cyberdeck combat game.
Cool.
Which will be going into beta testing in the next month or so.
Woo-hoo.
Awesome.
I already have quite a few people lined up to test it, and then, hopefully that'll get released and people can play that.
Brilliant. I think in terms of the show, we've got stuff we want to do with the show this year, don't we? So
maybe a couple of videos.
A couple of videos.
Would be good.
Maybe some live casts.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, live cast would be good.
So yeah, there's plans ahead at NerdVsWorld HQ to bring the interaction.
Yes, yeah.
I think we should have a team building Go Ape day.
What, like a hack day?
Yeah.
Cool.
What?
Yeah, we definitely should.
And then film it.
We'll possibly just go and just have some fun and not film it.
Well, I'm just about to buy myself a micro camcorder.
Actually, we've got a gadget of the year, Makeys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Leap Motion was disappointing in the end. Just didn't do what I wanted it to do. I didn't pay for it. I did get a free one in the end for complaining, I guess, is the best way to put it. So I did get a free one. But,
Not as good as it was hyped up to be, though.
I think it'll be a while yet before it reaches that. It's just, not as sensitive or as intuitive as
Have you seen
you're led to believe.
Have you seen the band?
No.
It works on your muscle.
No.
It's like a strap that fits around your forearm, and it works on your actual gestures of your hands. Almost like Minority Report style.
Mm.
But the sensors pick up on your, I can't remember whether it's your muscle movements or your nerve frequencies. I'm not entirely sure, but it was something I caught a glimpse of on one of Stuff or one of these magazines, Gadget Show or something like that. Wow, that's kind of cool. If they could incorporate that, so you've got one like on each leg, and you could go full on cool game shit with that.
Yeah. Awesome. So yes, keep an eye out. We have new stuff coming up.
Yeah. And that wraps us up for episode 1 of 2014.
Indeed.
Wow. I've been Brendan.
I've been Spindles.
And I've been 80.
Until next time, take care and be excellent to each other.